Hey, hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. So in our last video, we cover what is CP2000, why you receive CP2000, and how to resolve CP2000. Today, we're going to discuss major tax resolution options, the most common ones. Why that could be a scenario where you can have a relief with the Internal Revenue Service, and what are these options and how you can qualify for these options. And issue with the Internal Revenue Service could happen. Things in life happen all the time. So you just get behind. You didn't file your taxes. You probably didn't have enough funds to pay the bill at that point. So you just postponed it for some reason. And in a few years, you got a letter from the Internal Revenue Service and they're asking for all this money. And as I said, things happen. We understand that. We're not here to judge you. We're here to help you out. So I don't want to waste your time. So let's move to the point. Let's discuss and all the options what you could have so you can have a resolution. So your case with the Internal Revenue Service could be over. So you can go back on your life and be financial free. So the first thing and the first option, which nobody really likes, it's painful. And that happens if you have all the money and you can satisfy the debt to the Internal Revenue Service. You have the cash in your bank account, or you might have multiple assets and you can cover and pay to the Internal Revenue Service. And as I mentioned, nobody really likes that. But unfortunately, if you have the money to pay and there is no special circumstances, there is nothing ordinary in your situation, probably the best case scenarios will be to pay the Internal Revenue Service. So you save on the interest and penalties. As I said, nobody likes that, but that's a solution. Another option, it's an installment payment plan. And that's a situation where you get to agreement with the Internal Revenue Service. So you're gonna pay the full amount on a payment plan. And that will include interest and penalties. So the Internal Revenue Service or tax professional will calculate what that amount will be. And we're gonna get a payment plan with the government. What are the different payment plans? There is a good amount of different payment plans. If you own less than $10,000, you can settle that on your own. You really don't need us. The Internal Revenue Service will automatically agree to make a payment plan with you for up to 3 years, so you can settle the debt if you own less than $10,000. If you own more than $10,000, like there is a streamlined payment plan, there is a different options. And as I said, we're talking about full pay. So you will have the money, you just don't want to pay them right away, you're gonna do a payment plan. With that payment plan, that will include interest and penalties until the full amount is paid. So I hope that makes sense. So if you're gonna go for payment plan and if you have the money to pay today, I suggest pay today. But for some reason, and like I said, every situation is unique, you wanna do a payment plan and you own more than $10,000, definitely reach out and get a tax professional next to your side so they can get the best outcome for you. Because as I mentioned, what we could do, we can probably waive some of the penalties. First-time penalty abatement or reasonable cost can play a role here. And there is like I said, every situation is unique, so there is a lot of circumstances and facts need to play a role here. Okay, so another resolution, and that's one of my favorite one, it's a partial payment plan. So this is a payment plan where you do not have all the funds so you can pay the full liability to the Internal Revenue Service, and you set up a payment plan for less than the full amount. So that's a great solution. It's pretty similar to the offer of compromise. Just the difference is the offer of compromise is a contract with the government compared to the partial payment plan that could be revisited in every 2 or every year. And if the Internal Revenue Service discover that you have more funds and you're getting more money for some type of reasons, they can ask for another payment plan where you're gonna pay in full. So that's the downside of the partial payment plan. Okay, let's go back. Let's go to the offer of compromise, and this is one of the resolutions which everybody is talking about, and it's here and it's available as long as you could qualify for it. And about 1/3 of the offer of compromise have been accepted. About 2/3, unfortunately, they've been rejected or returned. And what is offer of compromise? As I mentioned earlier, offer of compromise is a contract with the government. So you're gonna pay your tax bill for less than full. And there is an offer of compromise based on collectability, so you don't have enough money to pay, and also liability if you really do not if you do not really own the tax. And there is special circumstances as well where you have enough funds to pay, but for some reason you can't really pay it. And this is a situation where, for example, and this is very common when the taxpayer has a home and you have equity in that home. And if you sell that home and you get the equity, you should be able to pay, you could pay the full amount to the Internal Revenue Service. But by doing that, that's going to create a hardship for you. And in situations like that, I definitely suggest reach out to a tax professional and reach out to us or whatever you prefer. But you definitely need an enrolled agent, CPA, or tax attorney to represent you. If your situation, it's a situation where you have the money to pay, but taking this money will cause you hardship. And like I said, this doesn't mean your offer will be rejected or returned, but it's gonna be, we need to support your statement. So we need to fight for you actually so you can win. And another option, it's called currently not collectible. And this is a resolution where the taxpayer unfortunately doesn't have any money to pay, doesn't have any assets, and cannot really pay anything. And basically the Internal Revenue Service, if they agree, of course, they're gonna be, okay, we're gonna give you a break here, but we're gonna check back. And they will check back on a year or two. And if that situation change, you're gonna have to pay it back, okay? So this is the most common resolutions and the most effective, how to say, solutions with the Internal Revenue Service. Okay, I hope you like that video. For more videos, please subscribe, follow us, and if you have any questions or concerns or any tax related issues, feel free to reach out. Bye bye and have a great one for now.